All right, so this topic, it's a very vital, those who coming from unemployment or coming from uh, a welfare, being long term of welfare. And I acknowledge that many of the videos out there who discuss about this topic, those who's on a welfare, intergenerational welfare, or been in welfare for a long time, it become lazy and it become on dependent on the government welfare and the journey to become a working nation. That's what they'd like to promote it as, or working, being a useful member, being productive member of the taxpayer. Now, just a bit of a story about myself. I was with welfare for probably, I could think, let me just say, at the age of 22 till 27. So I've entered the working world pretty late, where I was just too busy studying left, right, and center. And to become where I am today, it's phenomenal. And I could see the struggles at the beginning when I got into a role. And little did I know how competitive or how rat race it is in today's world as well. When I was starting working, it was, I would say, maybe 6 or 7 months before Corona kicks in around the world. Corona, probably you could say, well, people say it's November or December. Yeah, something around there, 2019. And it made a huge impact in Australia, where I am, probably around January to February. And we went through one of the craziest lockdowns, but which we'll discuss this in another topic. Now, the fact that the journey has become when I got my first role, and the reason why I've dropped out of university, because I knew one day the recession will come, as what my mentor has been telling me for the past early of my 20s. Now, when I've got into the role of aged care, I honestly thought that I'm going to get a job and I'll be settled. And the reason is wrong, because there was just too many international students who flooded in. And at the time, I was very depressed, not getting much jobs. And I said to myself, it's better for me to go back to on a welfare. You don't need to think, you don't need to compete, and there's money that's been coming to you without any headache. And the time that I was with that first job, I was just thinking about too much, where I'm going to get a job, how I'm going to get a job. And to be honest, it's gone to the stage where I'm looking back at it, and that was the toughest moment on just being independent adult. And at the time, I remember my first 3 weeks, I was earning like less than 600 a week, and that's the time. And what makes it, when I got another job, and having two jobs, and I didn't balance much in a week, probably work like 20 something hours in a week or less. And when Corona kicks in, man, that literally destroyed most of my work. And lucky I went to a different industry at that point of time. But at the same time, that journey, could you imagine without Corona, if I wasn't switched on with my mind, if I didn't learn the hard lesson, I would have said to myself, it would be a lot easier and better if I'm on the welfare. No need to think about it and everything. But the moral of the story of welfare to a working, productive person is not what people think it is. And it takes a lot. And you have to gain a lot of, like, you got to be switched on, you got to be a hustler, you got to know where to go. I think what made me a lot better is the time when I had a girlfriend, and who helped me through the struggle times. But all I can say, it wasn't an easy journey, and I could sympathize those who are on the welfare state wanting to remain on the welfare, because of the hardship that they have to go through and the challenges. And I'm maybe 1 in 100 that are able to get out that cycle. And look at me now. I'm with 5 companies and I've been working around, and I pick and choose their time, you know. But that's just in my industry.